In America, a universal media access radio station.
Little genius, the little genius kid. Little genius, the little genius kid. Little genius, the little genius kid. Little genius, I'm the little genius kid. Little genius, 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 I'm the little genius.
Hello everyone, and we are back again, the best part of the week, Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. with Genius Kids On Air, a show for kids and by kids, being brought to you by Genius Kids Development. We are now a national franchise. Genius Kids caters to the parents who want the best for their child, those who seek to shape tomorrow's citizens, those parents who want a well-rounded child who can excel in academics, sports, music, arts and crafts, and the most important life skill, communication and public speaking. We've been rated Best of the East Bay in services by the East Bay Express publication, as well as the most likely place to find a Silicon Valley inventor. We were also selected from over 75,000 innovative business ideas in the country by Time Warner to be featured on CNNmoney.com as business visionaries who dare to dream. We believe that in order to survive in today's fast-paced, ever-changing world, we need to create confident, happy, and successful citizens who will become future leaders. Our children are our future, and their brains are like super engines waiting to be fired and ignited. Genius Kids is the instrument of ignition and inspiration which has to be applied at the right time between the ages of birth and age 6. So stay tuned if you want to meet and hear our very own students report to you with oozing confidence, communication, and of course personality. We will be right back with messages from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
Little genius kid, little genius, I'm the little genius kid. Come on, Mom, it's time to go. I'm ready to pop and rock the show. My brain is wired, the neurons fired. I wanna learn and I wanna grow. Come on, Dad, it's time to play. I'm ready to learn, so don't delay. Minutes are ticking, my brain is clicking. So off to school, we're on our way. Babies, toddlers, kids galore. The little genius kid is where we'll score. Moms can chill and surf the net. Chat, make friends, or nap, you bet. Dad can read a paper or two, solve a puzzle, figure a clue. So come on, no need to think. My brain is wired to connect and sync. Read, sing, dance and learn. Excessive energy is what I'll burn. So off to the little genius kid. See the results, you'll be glad you did. Little genius, the little genius kid. Little genius, the little genius kid. Little genius, the little genius kid. Little genius, I'm the little genius kid. Little genius, 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 I'm the little genius kid.
Tune in to financial planner, investment advisor Raj Budwal's interactive talk show Bay Area Third Eye every Thursday at 6 p.m. for all your financial needs, be it financial planning, real estate, insurance, retirement, or estate planning. Turn to the services of Raj Budwal of Budwal & Associates. You can call him at 408-835-0202 or email him at 835-0202@gmail.com. Listen to Raj Budwal's Bay Area Third Eye every Thursday at 6 p.m.
Hey, I'm a busy gal. Busy at work, busy at home, busy at play. The last thing I need is to go to the dentist, find out I need a crown or something, and then have to come back 3 weeks later to get it done. That's why I love Panu Dental Group. I'm talking single-day CEREC crowns with digital molds. It's state-of-the-art. No mess, no sticky molds, no temporary crowns. And there's more. They can do dental implants in just 1 day. Panu Dental gives you teeth in a day. Perfect for a busy gal like me.
Visit PanuDental.com for information on single-day dentistry options. That's PanuDental.com. Whether it's dental implants, ceramic restoration, or wisdom teeth surgery, we'll get you out in a single visit. Panu Dental Group, your multi-specialty family dentist. Visit PanuDental.com. San Jose, Fremont, Cupertino, and Dublin. Call 800-360-9250. 800-360-9250. A free consultation is required to check if you qualify. Call 800-360-9250.
Accelerated learning methodologies were developed because we live in a world with the ability to absorb information rapidly, to think logically and with creativity are now becoming very important life skills that everyone should have. Accelerated learning results in innovative approach to motivate learners to use multiple intelligence techniques, making learning easy and quick, and you'll retain more. We believe in the concept of see, hear, say and do, where the retention is 90% compared to 20%. Remember, each human has more than one learning style. Genius Kids is your original and first learning center to offer this exciting method of teaching. Catering to ages infants through to age 12, our programs, which include both full-time and part-time care for all ages, create future leaders. There are many wannabe Steve Jobs, but there was only one Steve Jobs. There are many wannabe Amitabh Bachchans, but there is only one Big B. There are many wannabe Genius Kids, but only the original Genius Kid campuses can offer you the results you seek. So if you are a parent that does not count their pennies and truly wants the best for their child, then give us a call at 510-713-2431. That's 510-713-2431, or visit geniuskidsonline.com. Remember, the principal mark of a genius is not perfection, but originality.
Hello, everyone, and welcome and good evening. And if you've just tuned in, you got us at the right time. This is Genius Kids on Air, and I'm Miss Renu, bringing you the best show on the best radio station. So stay tuned for the next 28 minutes as we entertain you with some true gurus and geniuses from Genius Kids. I'd like to first begin by wishing Amitabh Bachchan a very happy birthday. I have grown up watching all his movies. I'm a big fan of his. So, Mr. Big B, as I always say in my ad, you are the original Big B, and no one can be like you, just like we're the original Genius Kids, and no one can be like us. So I know there are a lot of copycats out there, so you know what, guys? Keep copying, because no one can be like the original Genius Kids. And also on this note, I want to announce that coming up on November the 3rd, Genius Kids on DAS Television, together with KLOK 1170 AM, is producing the second annual Discovering Shining Stars competition for ages 3 to 17 at our new Genius Kids campus in Palo Alto. That campus will be opening shortly, and it will cater to both toddlers, preschoolers, pre-K, and of course after school at 569 San Antonio Road in Palo Alto. The show is on Saturday, November the 3rd. So if you have a talented child that loves to sing or dance or play a musical instrument, or maybe cartwheel or spin in the air, maybe they excel at public speaking, like some of our Genius Kids who performed last week at Gandhi Day. Or maybe they have a knack at Lego building. Maybe you have a Picasso in the making who can draw and paint amazing creations. Maybe you're a dance teacher and would like to feature your students on stage. Well, guess what? This is the show for you. Competition segments include singing, dancing, both solo and group performances, public speaking, painting, drawing, Lego robotics, and of course that special segment for the unique talent for those musicians or gymnasts. Limited entries for each segment, and the winners from each category will be featured on DAS Television worldwide on Sony Entertainment TV Asia. So call me, Miss Renu, at 510-364-4033 for more information, or visit www.geniuskidsonline.com. And on that note, let's move over to our tech guru, Mr. Ashmit, who's going to share the latest tech news with us. Hi, Ashmit. How are you?
I'm good, Miss Renu. How are you?
I'm doing very good. I just had a flu shot, so my arm is hurting. Other than that, I'm doing well. So how has your week been at school?
My week has been very good. I've been doing good in all the tests that I've got, too.
I'm so proud of you. And you know what? I want to commend you for a fabulous job on your public speaking last week. And your little brother took me by surprise, Piyush. She was fantastic. So that was superb presentation. And wow, what a memory. I was truly impressed. So you were very, very good, Ashmit.
Thank you.
Welcome. So what do you have for what news do you have for us today?
Today, I'm back with some latest technology news. My first news is about San Jose-based company eBay. eBay has been in the market lately with their Groupon-like service launch. The company has been quietly testing an online marketplace for deals on local services, which is currently led by Groupon. eBay is also redesigning its website and adding Facebook-like features, hoping for more sales. Ms. Renu, you may be familiar with the Groupon site. My dad likes this site for local services as he can find good deals here for several producers and services.
Absolutely. I totally second your dad on that decision. Absolutely.
In other news, I found this news on personal computers. From one of the report, it is predicted that worldwide sales on personal computers are bound for their first annual decline in 11 years. Several PC makers had hoped that new wave of lightweight laptop called Ultrabooks would provide a sales lift. But these Ultrabooks have not been compelling enough to overcome the growing popularity of smartphones and tablet computers. Ms. Renu, what do you think? The wave for PCs may come back?
You know, I can't keep up with technology, Ashmit. I can just barely keep up with my phone. And I'm going to ask you a question. You know the new i5 that you were talking about, the new iPhone. Did your dad get one?
No, he didn't.
He didn't? Okay. Do you think he's going to get one?
I don't think so because he already has an iPhone 4.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got an iPhone 4 and I still haven't figured out how to use it. So I wish I could answer your question, but, you know, I just can't keep up with technology. The websites I designed a few years ago, I just, you know, can't even watch them anymore on an iPhone or an iPad. I have to redesign everything. So I wish I'd done computer engineering instead of pharmacy when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have a tip for the week? I know everybody always waits for your tip.
Yes, I do. The tip of the week is if you have had an iPhone or iPad for any amount of time and download apps easily, then you have screens filled with apps that you no longer use. These apps take up precious space on your device and on the computer where you download them. One remedy for this is to simply delete them off your device. And you can do that by pressing on the icon for a few seconds and then click on the X sign when the apps are dancing. Do not worry. This method does not remove them from your computer, and the next time you sync the device, they will be reinstalled unless unselected. That is all for today, listeners. Have a good weekend. I will be back with more technology news next week. Thanks, Ms. Renu.
Thank you, Ashmit. And of course, for those who were just listening to our tech guru and you're wondering how old he is, well, guess what? He's, I think, 8 years old, if I'm not mistaken, and just doing a fabulous job as he presents his news with us every week. And we will be right back after this short message.
Do you have a talented singer, dancer, actor, gymnast, Lego robotic builder, artist, painter, scientist, or maybe a public speaker? Would you like to share your child's talent with the world? Would you like your child featured worldwide on a global television network? Well, this is your chance. In celebration of the grand opening for Genius Kids' new campus in Palo Alto, located at 569 San Antonio Road, Genius Kids and Andaz TV present the second annual Discovering Shining Stars Talent Showcase and Competition. Saturday, October 27th, 2012, the show and winners in each category will be featured on Andaz TV, shown worldwide on Sony TV Asia. For more information, call 510-364-4033. That's 510-364-4033. Or to enroll at Genius Kids in Palo Alto, give us a call at 510-364-4033.
Hello and welcome back. And yes, you're right. You're listening to Genius Kids on Air, and I'm Miss Renu, and we just finished getting the tech news from Ashmit, and now we'll be moving on to our movie and book guru, Deeta. Hi, Deeta. How are you?
Hi, Miss Renu. I'm good.
Have you had your dinner?
Yes.
What did you have for dinner today?
I had puris.
You had puris? Yummy. Okay. Yummy, yummy. And who made puris, Mom or Dad?
Mommy.
Mommy, and did you help in the kitchen, or were you just kind of chilling and watching television? Let me ask you.
I was reading books.
You were reading books. Okay, well, Miss Book Guru and Movie Guru, share your latest book with us today.
Hello, listeners. I'm Deeta, your movie and book guru. This week, I would like to recommend a great book for ages 5 to 9 to read. The book is called The Bernstein Bears and the Homer Case Hassle, written and illustrated by Stan and Jan Bernstein. Let me tell you why I enjoyed reading this book. This book is about Brother Bear, a bear who doesn't do his homework. All he does is watch TV. Soon his parents find a letter about how badly he has been doing in school. They want to find out why he hasn't been doing his homework. He tells them he always has too much homework to do. When Papa Bear asked him what homework he has for the day, instead he kept on watching TV without even responding to his dad. How will the problem be solved? Please read the book to find out more. From the book, I learned to do my homework when I'm supposed to do. Otherwise, it will accumulate and there will be so much homework to do at once.
Wait a minute, Geeta.
Play or have fun. I would also recommend other Bernstein Bears books because you can learn lots of good lessons from them. So friends, be sure to read the Bernstein Bears and the Homework Hassle. After all, reading is food for the brain.
Okay, wait a minute, Geeta. Let me ask you a question over here. So, I can't read this book because I'm really busy right now. So you have to tell me what happens in the book. You have to tell me what happens in the book because I can't get to read this. So what happens when Papa Bear finds out that Baby Bear is not at his homework and he's ignoring his daddy? Does he get a timeout or what happens?
Well, he got sad and just went outside to go to his grandparents' house, and then his grandparents told how Papa Bear had failed on his homework too. So then when he came back home, Papa Bear and Brother Bear had a lesson by sitting each side on the table and doing their work.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever not done your homework and then got into trouble with your mom and dad?
No.
Now,
I
did
never.
you always come home and do your homework?
What, Miss Renu?
You always come home and do your homework?
Yep.
Really? So let me ask you, you come home normally at 3 o'clock. So what's your schedule when you come home at 3 o'clock? Do you go right away and do your homework, or do you have a break, watch TV? What's your schedule? What time do you do your
I do all my work, and then I have another class, and I come back home, and I have more work to do, and then I eat dinner, I read books, and then I go to bed.
Really? So do you love reading?
Yes.
Really? So if you had to choose between reading a book or watching television, which one would you pick?
I would choose reading a book.
Excellent. Now let me ask you, what's the movie recommended for this week?
For the movie of the week, I suggest Winnie the Pooh, a Walt Disney animation movie released in July 2011. Winnie the Pooh generates smiles and chuckles from start to finish with its good-natured story of Pooh and friends going on a wild goose chase to find missing Christopher Robin. I like the movie because it conveys a heartwarming message about the true meaning of friendship.
Excellent. Very, very good job. Well, thank you so much, Geeta. It's always wonderful chatting with you. You're just so wonderful, and I get so many calls and emails telling me, who is that cutie pie on the radio? So you're just a blessing to have on our show, and thank you so much. And for those who've just tuned in and are wondering who this cute young lady is, this was Geeta from Genius Kids sharing her weekly book and movie review with us, and we will be right back after this short message as we try and locate our other guru, Uncle Rahul, who seems to have disappeared off the scene. I hope we can find him. And Rahul, if you're listening to this, you need to be calling in to me. So give us a call. Give us a call to the radio station at 408-912-5565, Rahul. Or if anyone out there is listening and wants to share their book with us, give us a call, 408-912-5565. We'll talk to you in a few minutes.
Accelerated learning methodologies were developed because we live in a world with the ability to absorb information rapidly, to think logically and with creativity are now becoming very important life skills that everyone should have. Accelerated learning results in innovative approach to motivate learners to use multiple intelligence techniques, making learning easy and quick, and you retain more. We believe in the concept of see, hear, say and do, where the retention is 90% compared to 20%. Remember, each human has more than one learning style. Genius Kids is the original and first learning center to offer this exciting method of teaching. Catering to ages infants through to age 12, our programs, which include both full-time and part-time care for all ages, create future leaders. There are many wannabe Steve Jobs, but there was only one Steve Jobs. There are many wannabe Amitabh Bachchans, but there is only one Big B. There are many wannabe Genius Kids, but only the original Genius Kid campuses can offer you the results you seek. So if you're a parent that does not count their pennies and truly wants the best for their child, then give us a call at 510-713-2431. That's 510-713-2431, or visit GeniusKidsOnline.com. Remember, the principal mark of a genius is not perfection, but originality.
Welcome back, and for those who've just tuned in, this is Genius Kids On Air, and I'm Miss Renu, bringing you a wonderful show every week with our gurus. You've finished listening to Ashmit, our tech guru, and of course Deeta, and we will be talking to Rahul in a few minutes. And before I move on to Rahul, I wanted to remind everyone, all the parents especially, that flu season is coming up, so it is very, very important to get vaccinated against flu. Now remember, flu can be a very serious disease that can lead to hospitalization and sometimes even death. No, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to remind everyone that it is very important to make sure that if your child is 6 months and older, you should be going in and getting your flu shot done right away like I did today. Now, what kind of flu vaccines are available? We have the flu shot, which is an inactive vaccine containing the killed virus that is given with a needle, usually in the arm, and that's what I had today. The flu shot is approved for use in people older than 6 months, including healthy people and people with chronic medical conditions. It is very important to get this flu shot so that you can avoid all this nasty flu that's going to start possibly in a few weeks. So, who should not get vaccinated? Well, people with severe allergies to chicken eggs. That's right, chicken eggs. Or people who've had a severe reaction to an influenza vaccination. Also children younger than 6 months. Or people who've had moderate to severe illness with fever. They should wait to recover before they get vaccinated. Other than that, everybody should be heading over to their doctor, to your local Target or Walgreens to get your flu vaccine. Flu vaccines are offered in many locations, including many health departments and pharmacies, as well as college health centers. So be sure to do that, parents, because it does work. On that note, let's move on to Mr. Rahul. Hi, Rahul. How are you?
Hi, Miss Renu. How are you?
Good. Did you forget that you were meant to call me today?
Oh, actually, I was just busy doing a couple of things.
What were you busy doing?
Get to.
What were you busy doing, Rahul?
I was just working on some schoolwork and, just adding on and making my paragraph better for literature.
Excellent. So, we were talking to Deeta earlier about how she was reading a book about the Bernstein Bears, and one of the little bears didn't do their homework and how it accumulated. So let me ask you, now you're in 7th grade, right?
I'm in 8th grade.
8th grade. Oh, my God, I can't keep up with you, Rahul. You're in 8th grade. So how would you recommend to all 8th graders out there, because I know you get a lot of homework, what is the best way to plan that in between all these other busy activities that you do? What's the best way to do homework? Should they come right away at home and do homework, or should they kind of divide it or spread it out? What do you recommend?
For me, I think it was very hard for me to come back from school and start homework immediately because I had just come back from school and I was really tired. So for that, I just took a little break, and then I got started on my homework. This relaxes your brain, and it gets you a fresh start.
So do you normally go and play some sport or something after school before you do your homework, or dance? I mean, what are some of the things you recommend that kids could do? Because I know after spending 6 hours at school and then coming home and having your parents say, sit down and do homework can be very stressful. So what do you recommend?
Well, my brother is a big help. He always asks me to play table tennis or basketball with him outside. So I recommend getting up and staying active. And
how much time, now that you're in 8th grade, how much time do you have to spend doing homework every day?
The average amount of time that I spend doing my homework is 1.5 hours to 2 hours.
Wow. And what time do you normally go to sleep every day?
Usually I go to sleep around 10 or 11 on school days.
Do you recommend that kids do different activities, or do you think sometimes parents can kind of give too many activities to their kids? I mean, because I notice nowadays kids have such busy schedules. There's karate, there's dancing, there's basketball, there's Lego. I mean, there's so many things. What do you think?
I think it's good to have a lot of extracurricular activities, but it can also be harmful to have too many. Therefore, I recommend that you keep your schedule balanced and easy to maintain.
Do you also study over the weekends, or do you kind of completely quit books and studying over the weekends and just enjoy yourself?
Mostly I like to enjoy myself, but if there is homework or if there is a test coming next week, I do study for that, and I ask my mom to help me by asking me questions or helping me read over the chapter.
So what is the difference that you have found now if you were to compare 5th grade with 8th grade? What's one major difference you've noticed?
Well, 5th grade and 8th grade, I guess academically it would still be hard because of the age that you're in and how much experience you have. But, however, you also get the same feeling of being big. Because in elementary school, for most schools, 5th grade is the highest grade, and in junior high, 8th grade is the highest grade too. So you get a feeling that you're very, very high ranked. So it's basically the same thing for 5th and 8th grade.
Do you think it's easier to make friends now that you're in 8th grade than 5th grade, or do you think it gets more difficult as you get older and your whole idea about friends change? What do you think?
I think it just depends on your personality. If you're willing to make friends, then you can do it in the snap of a finger.
Well, then I'm going to ask you a very, very important question, Rahul. And when do kids start thinking, when do boys in 8th grade actually start thinking about noticing girls and thinking how pretty they are?
Well, most boys start quite early.
They do? Like
yes,
when?
They do.
Okay, when did you start noticing that girls are pretty?
Oh, no. I have not started yet, Missy.
You're probably saying that because your dad's around you.
No, he's downstairs.
He's downstairs, all right. Well, thank you very much, Rahul, and it's always such a pleasure to talk to you because you always do things right off the cuff of your sleeve. And for those who were listening to Rahul, no, this was not a prepared script, and this is why I stress that public speaking is such an important skill. Rahul has been coming to Genius Kids since he was 2 years old. He is now 12, and in 10 years, he can just talk from the cuff of his sleeve. And I already know, and I can already predict that this young gentleman is going to be very successful for this simple quality that he has, other than all the other wonderful qualities he has, is the ability to interact and not be nervous. He had no idea what I was going to ask him, and there was a slight miscommunication. I don't think he was prepared for today's show, but guess what? He was more than prepared. So thank you, Rahul. That was fabulous. And I hope everyone has really enjoyed our show. We'll be wrapping up today with one of the songs that I've composed. And we have actually put it together to music, and we hope you really enjoy it. And again, quick reminder, parents, if you have a very talented kid out there who can sing, dance, public speak, play Lego, do cartwheels, do anything unique, do not forget to enter them in the Discovering Shining Stars competition on November the 3rd, being brought to you by Andaz Television and, of course, Desi 1170 AM. Because when the best get together, we give you nothing but the best. So give me a call at 510-364-4033. And on that note, I'm very hungry now that Deeta has had a dinner, and I need to get going to have my dinner. So until next week, have a wonderful week. Thank you, Swami, for always being so patient with me. Song. Thank you and good night.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's time to move. Look at the clock. It's time to rap. Let's sing and rock. Off we go. Let's have some fun. It's a beautiful day. Look at the sun. It's time to move. Look at the clock. It's time to rap. Let's sing and rock. Off we go. Let's have some fun. It's a beautiful day. Look at the sun. Let's have a bunny bunny day. 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 It's time to think. Look at the book. Miss Menu's recipes are easy to cook. It's time to think. Look at the book. Miss Menu's recipes are easy to